Library of Heaven's Path. Chapter 55. Surrounded 1. Chatting for a moment longer, Zhang Xuan was questioned on where he obtained the Hongjian pearl fruit from. He casually replies that he got it from the market, causing Master Lu Chen and the rest to exclaim at his fortune. Right, brother Zhang Xuan, are you a localer? Lu Chen asks. I am a teacher at Haotian Academy. Zhang Xuan replies. No wonder you possess such strength and a deep understanding towards painting. Master Lu Chen praises him. He turns around to Huang Yu and Bai Xuan who are sitting by the side and says, painting can mold a person's personality and train their character. Don't let fighting and killing occupy your mind all day long. Since brother Zhang Xuan is a teacher of the academy, go and visit him to learn from him whenever the both of you are free. I will consider giving the person who learns a thing or two from him a pass and give them what they want. Yes. Huang Yu replies with a bitter expression whereas Bai Xuan's eyes are glittering with excitement. Through their crossing of blows, he understands that Zhang Xuan's current ability far surpasses him. To be able to learn from such an expert is definitely much more interesting than simply just learning boring painting. At the very least, he feels more relaxed learning from him than Master Lu Chen. My apologies for the sudden intrusion today. It is getting a little late, so Master, I will be bidding you farewell. I will visit you another day. After accomplishing what he came for, Zhang Xuan decides to take his leave and clasps his hands together towards Lu Chen. This time, you came here to look for Fighter's 6 Dan cultivation techniques, but it is a pity that I don't have many of them here. I will speak to Shen Zhui about this matter a few days later to bring you to the kingdom's book collection vault to browse through them. It just happens that he seems to be out hunting these few days, so he isn't in the capital at the moment. Master Lu Chen says. You have my utmost gratitude, Master. Hearing these words, Zhang Xuan's eyes light up. It is impossible to find more than a few Fighter's 6 Dan cultivation technique manuals at any ordinary location. However, in the kingdom's book collection vault, the location that is reputed to have the most complete collection of books in Tianshuan Kingdom, he is surely able to find many of them. If he is able to enter the vault to browse through the Fighter's 6 Dan cultivation techniques, he might be able to form Heaven's Path divine art and break through successfully. You're too courteous. Lu Chen nods his head with a smile. Leaving the master's residence, Zhang Xuan heads towards the academy. The sun had already set when he was still having dinner with Shen Bairu. At this moment, the moon hangs high up in the sky, illuminating the ground with a cold silver glow. Going by the clock of his previous life, it should be around 12 already. Despite the time, he doesn't feel fatigued in the least. Instead, his eyes are glowing with exhilaration. The trip to the master's residence was truly worth it. Compiling the Heaven's Path golden body has propelled the strengthening of his physical body, causing his prowess to soar. With his current cultivation, even if he were to meet with a Pishui realm pinnacle expert, he would be able to easily subdue them. Besides, he also found a dozen books or so on Fighter's 6 Dan cultivation techniques. Even if it is insufficient for him to compile a complete version of Heaven's Path divine art, it should still be beneficial to his training. My physical body has already reached 90 ding of strength. If I were to find higher tier physical body enhancement techniques, will I grow even stronger? There may be many different secret manuals on training one's physical body in Master Lu Chen's study, but they were the simplest and most basic cultivation methods. If such books could possess such effects after being compiled by the Library of Heaven's Path, does this mean that if he were to assemble together a set of more profound physical body cultivation manuals, the book compiled would be even more incredible? If this is true, his physical body will probably play a significant part in his battle prowess in the future. Just as he is immersing himself in his delight, his ears suddenly quiver. The growth in strength of his physical body has also caused his hearing and vision to sharpen. He suddenly realizes that someone is stalking him. His footsteps sway and he comes to a stop. Those friends who are following behind me, come out. Hee, I didn't expect that you would be so wary. What is the use of being wary? Lad, you made us lose money, don't even dream about escaping from us today. Hualala. As his voice trails off, a few human silhouettes dash out from the darkness and surround him. Every one of them look at Zhang Xuan coldly, as though staring at a corpse. It's you all. Zhang Xuan recognizes them. He recognizes two of those in the group as Master Mo Yang, who was exposed in the market earlier today by him, and the artifact dealer who was working with him. The remaining few should be the supports, who were hidden within the crowd. At this moment, Master Mo Yang's face is swollen red and the skin around his eyes is bruised black. A few parts of his clothes are torn off and he no longer possesses the serene and enlightened disposition and appearance from before. In fact, if one were to claim that he is a beggar on the street, people would believe him. Looks like after being exposed, those victims didn't let him off the hook so easily. But that's to be expected as well. After all, which of those who were able to engage in the expensive sport of treasure speculation didn't come from extraordinary families? After realizing that they were scammed, they can already be considered to be kind for not killing him on the spot. The artifact dealer doesn't seem to be in a much better state than him. His two eyes are bruised black and two sausage-like swells hang by his mouth, causing his speech to be indistinct. Glaring at Zhang Xuan, the resentment and anger in their gazes are clear to see. This was a ploy that they spent a fortune to set up, only for it to be wrecked by this young man here. Not mentioning how they had to spit out the meat that was already in their mouths, they even almost got beaten to death. Thus, it is understandable that they would feel intense resentment against him. You little bastard, you sure ran away fast back then. Let's see where you can run off to now. A maniacal gleam flashes across the eyes of the artifact dealer. You all want to kill me. Noticing the aura of the surroundings growing eerily cold, Zhang Xuan frowns. If you have to blame it for your big mouth for saying things that shouldn't be said. In your next life, remember to keep your mouth in check. Master Mo Yang sneers savagely as he clenches his fists, causing Jia sounds to echo in the surroundings. The reason why their fraud failed was due to this fellow. It took them a while before they managed to find him, so naturally, they wouldn't allow him to escape easily. I'm sorry, but I don't wish to die for now, and neither do I wish to keep my mouth in check. Zhang Xuan says. You don't wish to die. Ruthlessness flickers across in the eyes of Master Mo Yang. This isn't up to you. Brothers, kill him, slice him apart and feed him to the dogs. Roger. With a cold snort, one of the support steps forward and lifting his arms up, he sends a palm down towards Zhang Xuan. The moment he makes his move, his cultivation realm is made apparent. Fighter 5 Dan Pinnacle. No wonder he could still escape to Tianshuan Kingdom to conduct fraud even after being outlawed by Luju Kingdom. He does indeed possess some capabilities. If it was yesterday night, even if Zhang Xuan was able to emerge victorious against this fellow, he would have to utilize the strength of the Library of Heaven's Path to exploit his weakness. However, with an overwhelming progress in the strength of his physical body, possessing nearly 100 ding of strength now, Dingli Pinnacle means nothing to him now. Chuckling softly, he sends a slap towards his attacker. You're courting death. Number 4's nickname is Metal Palms. His hands are capable of splitting rocks. Back then, in Luju Kingdom, a Pishui realm primary stage was killed by a single palm of his. Yet, this fellow dares to exchange blows with him without any preparation. The ignorant sure are fearless. To think that we were done in by such a fellow, what misfortune. Seeing that fellow going against number 4 without dodging at all, Master Mo Yang and the rest sneer. This support may not seem unexceptional, but his strength isn't for show. His palms are capable of even striking through metal. What does a young man who isn't even 20 mean before that? To face it head on, what else can he be doing other than courting death? Just when they thought that Zhang Xuan will be crippled by the blow, they see the one whom they call number 4, Metal Palms being as weak as a slab of tofu. Unable to withstand Zhang Xuan's blow, his bones shatter and his rib cage sinks in as he is blasted away by the force of the blow. His head stabs onto the ground first, causing him to look like a bulb of wild onion. If you find any errors, please let us know in the comments below so we can fix it as soon as possible. Also, like and subscribe to our channel to get notified of the latest chapter release.